today should be a fun one. We're back doing some more work on Goldie Hawn today. I'm sure the title of the video already gave away what we're doing, but I'm excited. And I was really itching to put it on. Let me turn the music off. So this, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. What? This is an MSD two-step module. Now the point of this is to help me build boost off the line and save my transmission. Because just foot braking it for 10 seconds, that's just cooking things. So this is about as easy as it gets to install two-step on an LS engine, well in this case an LS engine, on a stock computer. Obviously with the Holly that's on James Brown, that can all handle the two-step itself. But this is virtually plug and play. Just have to hook up this one wire. This will go to either a switched ground or a switched positive, depending on which one you want to hook it up to. In my case, it'll be a switched positive because I'm going to hook it to the brake switch, so that when I push the pedal and it sends power to the brake lights, it activates this too. I'm going to hook it to like a interrupt toggle switch so that it's not always on when I push the brakes, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do a burnout or anything like that. So I'll have like a little interrupting switch in there. But yeah, this is, I've been wanting this for a while, but it's almost 300 bucks. After shipping and tax and everything, it was like 280, but you know, couldn't really beat it. All these do, you just unplug your coils, plug these in between it, like in line on both sides. I don't think that it's side specific. I'll check to make sure, because one side is longer than the other. That could just be so you can, you know, fit it wherever. And then one of these, you'll use one of these for if you're using switched 12 volt, or the other one for switched ground. You're not going to use both. And then, like I said, this is the wire that you'll use. It's just as simple as turning these dials. So you can see it says RPM select. This one is for every 1,000. Let me get this focused in. So this one is for every 1,000 RPM. It goes 0 through 10, and then this one's for every 100 RPM. So you can set it everywhere from technically 100 RPM to 9,900 RPM, I guess. This shouldn't be a super complicated install. It's basically just bolting it somewhere on the firewall, plugging it into the coils, and then hooking the wire to a toggle switch and then to the brake light switch. So let's find a spot for it, I guess. Alright, so my first thought is putting it up here, because that's just, it's a good spot. I've got the power distribution here, I've got the vacuum block there. Everybody will be able to see it when I pop the hood. They'll know this thing fucks. But it's kind of a pain to adjust because I won't be able to see the knob very easily. I'd have to use like a mirror or something. So I do like the idea of it being on the firewall. It's just, it becomes a hassle to adjust. Yeah, that's not bad, I guess. I can loop it like that. It reaches all that shit fine. Yeah, I think right there might be the winner. Damn it. Jesus Christ. Son of a bitch! Now that it's all wired up out there, not that it was very complicated, we can do in here. So here is the feed wire to it. I just ran it through a grommet in the firewall, and I'm going to end up using this toggle switch right there to activate it, or to make it so that I can use the brake switch to activate it. I guess it'll allow voltage through. And I think instead of pulling this dash apart, right here's the 2 wires to it. I think I'm just gonna cut this one side, splice this into it, and then I'll just run this one to my brake switch up here. I already checked this white wire right there has switched power when you push the pedal. So that's what I'm gonna tap into. This should only take like a minute maybe if I set the camera down. And then I think we'll be able to fuck around with it. I'm pretty excited. So I'm gonna set the camera down and just get this wired up real quick. All right, I think I've got it all hooked up. It is set at 2500 right now. So what I'm gonna do is fire the truck up, turn it around, just in case, you know, anything gets weird. I'd like to be aiming not at a vehicle. And then we'll test it, see what it does. I expect the thing to just spin, to be honest. I've got way too much air pressure in the tires so that I could actually like cruise it around. So the thing, it's just gonna spin. But we'll be able to test things a little bit better. Did not spin that much. It needs more fuel up top for sure, but that was pretty damn good. Wow. And that's with bad pinion angle, bad suspension. That was by far the fastest pass this thing's ever made on the street. Like, that was the best launch. I left on almost 1 pound of boost, because like as soon as it got on the 2-step, I waited maybe a second and then left, it felt like. I have to look at the log to know for sure, but that was almost a pound of boost. And I've got it at 3,000 RPM. I could take it up to 3,500. I think out there it would have pushed through the brake, so 3,000 was probably about the most I could have done. I could have sat there a little bit longer and maybe got it up to 2 pounds, but I didn't want to cook the transmission any more than I already have. But aside from that, everything else felt really good. It made the shifts, it pulled hard all the way through third. We peaked out at 13 pounds of boost there, so I mean, it's still nothing. I'm map sensor limited on boost right now. If I want to turn it up anymore, I gotta switch to a bigger map sensor. But yeah, the thing, this is the best the truck has ever done. I'm thrilled. I put new plugs in it yesterday. They made a world of difference. I did have TR6s in it, and now I've got BR7EFs, gap to 25, and the thing, it was a night and day difference. Yeah, so really the only things holding the truck back now are just the map sensor. I can't turn it up anymore, which that's an easy fix, just like a $70 map sensor and reflash the ECU for like a 3-bar tune. The suspension is the biggest thing. The suspension and the pinion angle, because the pinion angle is, it's bunk, dude. I've been meaning to get wedges for it and just haven't. So I know that this thing's, it's got to be climbing the ring gear, making that pinion angle like outrageous. I don't want to say a number, but it's got to be outrageous. And then just the front suspension, it's a lowering suspension, so it's got 2-inch drop spindles, which take away a bunch of the like front droop, the front like the up travel that it can do, and it has lowering springs and stock shocks. So that is seriously killing it on the weight transfer. So I was surprised that it took off as well as it did there. I thought it would have just spun for days, but it did pretty well. But that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.